Most people use their camera without fully understanding what it is actually doing, and these settings are the difference between guessing and taking control. White balance. White balance controls how your camera interprets color based on the light in a scene. Different light sources like sunlight, shade, or indoor bulbs all have different color temperatures, which can make images look too warm or too cool. The camera adjusts this by shifting colors so that whites appear neutral, which keeps everything else accurate. It comes from the need to mimic how our eyes naturally adapt to lighting without us noticing. If you were shooting in RAW format, white balance can be adjusted later during post-editing without damaging the image, which gives you more flexibility. Getting it right still matters, especially for consistency and previewing your image correctly on the camera. Auto shooting mode. Auto shooting mode is the camera's fully automatic setting where it decides everything for you. It chooses shutter speed, aperture, ISO, white balance, and often even focus and flash. This mode was designed to make cameras accessible to beginners and ensure a usable image in most situations. While it is convenient, it removes creative control, which means the camera is making decisions without understanding your intent. It works well for quick shots, but limits your ability to shape the final image. Metering mode. Metering mode determines how your camera measures light in a scene before taking a photo. It analyzes brightness and calculates the exposure needed to avoid images that are too dark or too bright. Different modes focus on different areas, such as the entire frame, the center, or a specific point. This system comes from light meters used long before digital cameras, helping photographers judge exposure accurately. It matters because it influences how your camera reacts to tricky lighting, like backlit subjects or high-contrast scenes. Auto ISO. Auto ISO allows the camera to automatically adjust sensitivity to light while you control other settings. ISO itself comes from film photography, where different films had fixed sensitivities. In digital cameras, this became adjustable, and Auto ISO was introduced to help maintain proper exposure as lighting changes. It is especially useful in fast-moving situations where light is unpredictable. The trade-off is that higher ISO can introduce noise, so the camera is constantly balancing brightness and image quality. Shutter priority mode. Shutter priority mode lets you choose the shutter speed while the camera adjusts the aperture to match. Shutter speed controls how motion is captured, whether it is frozen sharply or blurred over time. This mode developed as cameras became more advanced, giving photographers control over specific creative elements without handling everything manually. It's important when shooting action, sports, or anything involving movement, where timing and motion effect are critical. Aperture priority mode. Aperture priority mode allows you to set the aperture while the camera selects the shutter speed. Aperture controls how much light enters the lens and also affects depth of field, which determines how much of the image is in focus. This mode became popular because aperture is a key creative tool in photography, especially for portraits and landscapes. However, because the camera is choosing the shutter speed, it can sometimes select a slower speed than you expect in low light, which can introduce unwanted motion blur. Using a tripod becomes important to keep the image sharp and avoid camera shake. Manual mode. Manual mode gives you full control over shutter speed, aperture, and ISO at the same time. Nothing is automated, and every decision comes from you. This reflects the roots of photography, where photographers had to manually set exposure based on experience and light readings. It is the most flexible mode, allowing complete creative control in any situation. However, it requires understanding how all settings work together, making it both the most powerful and the most demanding option. If you want to understand photography faster, subscribe because I'm creating simple videos explaining every part of photography and camera gear.